In this reptile room tour video, we're going to be giving you an update on our savannah monitor, the one that was recently stolen, but we managed to get him back. We've also got updates on our Alot versicolor. He's the one that came to the UK in a shipment of wood to a big company. We've got the big morning gecko enclosure, we've got all of these enclosures, our big boa constrictor enclosure, our savannah monitors enclosure, our bioactive leopard gecko enclosure. We've got loads to get through. Let's start now. Let's go around all of the enclosures one by one, and shall we start with this one? So this is our bioactive naturalistic leopard gecko enclosures. The amount of hate we've got from this, people think, oh no, that's sand, leopard geckos can't have sand. Look, listen. It's a solid substance. We've got a hole there. I'll explain absolutely every little detail of this and the animal that's in here now. So we've got natural grasses. These are arid species of grasses. We've got natural succulents. We've got the big one just there. We've got a few of these little ones, just accent pieces, just dotted around all over the place. We've got a big hole there. That actually is, if we come out of the enclosure down to here, boom, moist hide. Boom, it just sorts out, click. Now all of this is obviously really gammy. We've got holes everywhere and all this sort of stuff. That's all going to get an outside facade on it eventually. We've actually got the materials in the reptile room. If we go over here, poof, you can see all the polystyrene just over there in the reptile room. That's going to be all made up and stuff. We're going to actually do a video on that, so if you want to see that, make sure you do hit subscribe. But inside this enclosure, got natural rock material. The reason we've got all this natural rock dotted everywhere is for the UV lighting. That's the Reptile Systems Eco T5 lighting. It's the Zone 1 version, so it's suitable at 30 centimeters for an animal that's on the Ferguson Zone Level 1. It just gives off the best UV rays for this animal, but not only gives off the UV rays for the animal, it also gets absorbed and deflected from all of these different surfaces in all different ways. It also gets absorbed into the flowers. I can talk about this enclosure so much, it's unbelievable, but the majority of it is solid substances all over the place with some loose substrate. The loose substrate is mainly for the plant growth and all that sort of stuff, but as you can tell, the plants are thriving in here quite well. That side over there is the hot side. You've got the infrared heat projector just there projecting down onto those rays there. So the infrared rays are coming down, they're deflecting off, they're absorbing in, they're doing absolutely everything that would happen in nature for this animal. She sometimes does go underneath and bask. The temperature underneath there is perfect for her. If she wants to get a bit warmer, she can go up into that hide there. If she wants to get even warmer and absorb the rays, she can go onto there. She has done that in the past. She can also do it on that platform just there. We've got a couple of hides down here. We've got one hide just there and one hide all the way just down there. The problem we've got with these is leopard geckos like to go to the toilet in one specific place. Her toilet is under there, as you can probably see, so it's hard to get in there. So we're gonna have to get in there and figure that one out. We've got to figure a way of cleaning it. You might be asking, where is she? Well, she made her own hide underneath there. Let's see if we can get a little... there she is. There's Millie, our leopard gecko. She's our female leopard gecko. Oh, is she coming out? Is she coming out? She just absolutely loves it underneath that hide. She burrowed that one out herself out of the loose substrate we did put in there for this. Now the reason with this is it was just going to be a dried riverbed that went all the way up and under there. That's what it was going to be, but she made that burrow herself, didn't you, girl? Where are you? There you are. But yeah, that's her favourite spot. The temperature under there is absolutely perfect for her, and that is Millie, our leopard gecko, and her naturalistic enclosure. Now, we did do a video on how we built all that enclosure, and we do have further videos coming out where we're going to be doing the full facade. If you want to see the video on everything, step by step, all in one video on how we built this and why we built it like that, I'll leave a video card just up there. Click on that and it will take you straight through to that video. I think he's after a bit of food, so we'll give him a feed later, but first we'll go check out our morning gecko enclosure. Now, there is some little problems with this which we do have to sort out. This has got 4 adult morning geckos inside it. Now, the problem we had with this, again, we've done a big video on how to build all this up. We'll go through that in a minute. But it's got a waterfall down there which is switched off. Why is it switched off? Well, it's because if it'll focus, they've got some eggs that they've laid in the waterfall. You can actually see those eggs better from, oh, there's one of the morning geckos just down there underneath the waterfall, and there's some of the eggs that they have laid already in here. But yeah, there's one of the morning geckos just there. You normally find one or two of them kicking around the actual bromeliad. You can possibly see some legs. Just there's one just there. Let's see if I can get him better on camera. Yeah, anyway, the morning geckos, they are coming out a lot more now. They're doing a lot. Oh, there's one just there. See, now we added heat cable there and the dome light just to add a bit more ambient heat, and it seems to be working. That's one of our Hawaiian ones. So you can see how it's a lot lighter in colour than the one that's all the way tangled up all the way down there. But yeah, this is their enclosure. It's a fully naturalistic, fully bioactive enclosure. It's half paludarium, which again, like I say, we have problems. We laid these little suction cups out on the sides, just there. There's one there as well, but that one just keeps falling off. So I'm going to have to basically go through and scrub that enclosure down just to make it nice and clean, a proper clean surface, and then be able to attach it on there. The deal with that is morning geckos, they're parthenogenic. They don't need a male to reproduce. So they just reproduce eggs. We've got a load of eggs just there. We'll run through them shortly. I was hoping they'd lay the eggs in there so they'd be easy just to sort of get off, put it inside one of these little jar enclosures, let them incubate and hatch out just there. But morning geckos being dicks, they don't do that. They just don't do what they're supposed to do. But inside this enclosure, again, full waterfall, I am tempted to just block the pond off completely, just do constant land and add in some dart frogs. Let me know what you think of that in the comment section down below. We've got our Swell reptile misting system. I'll link all these down in the description down below. We just flick that on, and yeah. We built this so that there's a tube going in the background, all the way down the background, and comes out down the bottom. We don't normally use it too well. This side's got all the cables and pumps and stuff going down there. We've also got the Swell reptile misting system, which, boosh, just sprays absolute mental inside there. That is our morning gecko bioactive enclosure. But like you say, over here, you can see we've got the heat cable running. I had to put the heat cable just there, so it's now running over the top. It's a right mess. But then I've utilised it on the side of these baby enclosures, because these two have got babies in. Let's see if we can see any of the babies. Oh, there's one just there. Boom, baby morning gecko. And there's another, there's actually two in there somewhere. But then this enclosure down the back as well. Oops, there's another baby just there. I need to really sort this enclosure out, because it's just, well, the plants died in there basically. Oh, there's the other morning gecko. Oh, it was on the log just there. Yeah, anyway, so we've got 4 baby morning geckos. We're going to feed them up and potentially add them into that enclosure there, which I've not turned off the fog system, so it's going to be fogging up for a while. We've got a few more eggs just left just there. Now, again, parthenogenic, they lay eggs, but they don't need a male to actually reproduce. So I'm just sort of leaving them. You can see next to them, we've got two little Exoterra tarantula enclosures. Inside that hide down there, we've got an Asamani tarantula. This is sort of, again, just naturalistic stick work and stuff like that. It does need a good going over. So does the one next to it, which is our LP. This is our salmon pink bird eater. We got this from Scott's Inverts basically, and it was just a temporary setup. However, we found that he does absolutely love to climb up that side of the glass and get really close to the light. We've got the light in there is the Reptile Systems New Dawn LED. That's just a plant grow light to help that plant, but he's not staying in there for his entire life, simply because he gets to a big tarantula. We've got an enclosure that's basically as long as those two put together, a little bit deeper on the same height. The big 60 wide Exoterra, that's coming from Cheshire Reptile Rescue. Like them on Facebook. Again, I'll leave them down in the description down below. But yeah, we're going to be doing that big build. This tarantula up here, just in there, is our Brachypalma. That's not a Brachypalma. I keep saying Brachypalma, but it's not a Brachypalma. It's a Tililicatl albipalossum, a curly hair tarantula. That's going to be going inside that Tropical Factory UK enclosure. We've got all the polystyrene to do it. We've got some spray foam to do it. That's our next build. That's January's enclosure build. We may have to do February's being the salmon pig bird eater. Who knows? Directly below. Let's go down here. Yes, Diego, stop making so much racket. You're going to get food as well today, mate. You're going to get food, but we're coming up here now. Now, with the UV lighting, oh, wait, hello, mate. He's all the way up there. You can see how it's flickering a bit, and yeah, don't want to disturb him too much. He's our wild stowaway Alot versicolor. If you want to see a video on how I built this whole morning gecko bioactive enclosure, just click the link up there. But he is a wild stowaway. What does that mean? Well, that means he came to the UK as a wild animal. They got a big wood company, I can't name names for legal reasons, but a big wood company got a big shipment of wood from South Asia. Can you imagine the workers where they opened up the container ship and out pops Mushu? We get a phone call from somebody who worked there, who's a reptile enthusiast, saying, we've got this has just happened, do you want him? Come and pick him up. So we did. We made all the essential phone calls, the research to go along with it to see if we could keep him. And they basically turned around and said, either you keep him or we're just going to destroy him. So Mushu is now a very happy camper. He's got a fully bioactive enclosure. You can see all the dirt on the glass here. That's how you know we're a proper reptile keepers. We're not all cleaning it all up for show and stuff. There's Mushu just down the back. Now, see, slightest little open the glass and he goes absolutely insane. But there he is. He's got his UV light, he's got his heat, he's got his basking spot, loads of branches. We have recently just added more branches in here, but this isn't going to be his actual enclosure. He's going to get that. God, he's going mental. He's going to get this big Reptibreeze fully done up nicely. Again, we've got the polystyrene to do the full background, and that's basically where he's going to go. But when he moves out of that enclosure into there, then we're going to get Charlie. Hello, mate. Hello, Charlie. How's it going, buddy? Charlie is our royal python. Eventually, when Mushu moves out there, Charlie is going to move into here. Obviously, not like this, but we are going to make it a little bit arboreal because Charlie here does love to climb. When he climbs, he'll basically just have the space in there to be able to climb. We're going to do a few higher up perches and stuff, and yeah. Oh, where's he gone? There he is. Charlie. Hello, mate. Hello. He's a super pastile yellow belly royal python. Now, I'm not going to show his enclosure off too much because it basically isn't that wild. He's just sort of below Mushu, just there, in a 3-foot enclosure with aspen bedding and a hide. He's not really got the appropriate hide, the appropriate enclosure that I would like to be able to provide him. Obviously, as you've seen, I like to go over the top with some of my enclosures. You'll see that again with Rosie and Diego and all the other animals. Has not so much been let down because it's doable, do you know what I mean? It's okay. It's just not up to my standard. So what we're going to do, which I've already gone through. Hello, mate. There he is. Look at him. He's amazing. He's nowhere near adult size yet, but I actually think he's going to be loaned to a company for breeding next year, which will be interesting to see. I would love to be able to give him the chance to breed without the hassle of having to deal with everything else. So he'll just get sort of bred and then he'll come back. See the big C on his back just there? That's why he's called Charlie. But yeah, he'll be going into that enclosure eventually. What about Rosie? She's our common boa constrictor. That's all she is. You can see she's coiled up just there on the hot side. Oh, she's very alert. It's coming close to feeding time. But yeah, she's recently just had a bit of an upgrade. And as you can tell, she's possibly destroyed her enclosure again. But she loves to climb. She's never on the floor. I mean, underneath there, that like ledge that she sat on, that's normally where she hides. But yeah, she's up there. She's very, very alert. She doesn't like me at the minute because I got a snake hook big enough to actually use on her now. She's quite assertive. We'll say that, yeah, she's quite assertive. If anybody's ever seen me handle her, you'll know how assertive she actually is. But look how alert she is, look how safe, and just look at her. You don't normally see snakes that are often moving as much as that. I mean, Popcorn, he's always out. She's always out. Charlie, he's always out. All of my animals just portray naturalistic behaviours, and that's because I try to give them a naturalistic habitat, basically. Both not just naturalistic in, oh, they've got something to climb, but humidity, heating, lighting, infrared rays, ultraviolet rays, they all like to get it. Granted, she hasn't got UV, but anyway, she's about 4 foot long now, so I can't wait. She will eventually get a bigger enclosure because she is just in a 4-foot enclosure. God, Diego's going mental. What's up, mate? What's up? I'll get you some food in a minute, mate. But yeah, that is Rosie, our common boa constrictor. That is basically everything from this reptile room. We've got another room to go through. Oh, no, wait there. No, it's not. If we go wide angle, we've got down here. In here, millipede. Hello, matey. Just a bog standard millipede, deep substrate. We're going to make something nice for her. Down here, needs a good clean out, this fella does. Boof, there he is. He's the male leopard gecko that we normally breed with Millie, if I can get the hide on. But you might notice there's an empty enclosure down there. Well, that's for him. Millie, that was in this enclosure, used to be in that 3-foot enclosure, but now she's come out of it. We're going to start tarting it up. I don't know whether to go something like this or just something a bit more cleaner and a bit more sterile. I don't know. We're going to do something with that 3-foot enclosure for Mac, that male leopard gecko. Now, Diego down there is about to get some locusts in there. We've just got to add some of the new Reptile Systems calcium ultra into a tub, put some locusts in there, then you're getting a bite to eat, mate. We've got locusts and we've got a Diego. Look, you coming right? Do you like them? Right, let's get you fed. Goodbye, my friend. Both gone. Let's get another one for you. I have a feeling one of these are going to escape. Right. I don't believe I have to hand feed me bearded dragon, but this is his enclosure. It's a full solid rock work background. It's fake rock work. The light, I love the lighting. It's the twin T5 Luminaire by Reptile Systems, and it's got 2 UV lamps inside it. One's a zone 2 and one's a zone 3. That base, look at him looking at what I'm talking about. Basically, I can stick a sunrise, a sunset, and that midday higher UV output that he would naturally see in Australia all through that light on a UV basis, which is exactly what I was looking for. Let's go for another locust for him. Badoosh. Doosh. Oh, you missed it, you donk. Where's he gone? Oh, is it? Let's get it for you, mate. Let's get it. There you go. Chomp, 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 chomp. He is a sucker for locusts and a sucker for being hand-fed. Oh no, I'm struggling. Now you're gone. Right, let's go for one more, mate, and then that'll do you for today. Okay, maybe another one because you took that one. So good. And he must... There we go. He will only eat. Oh, there we go. Boosh. Goodbye, my brother. But yeah, that is Diego. I think he's about 6 years old now. He's a 6-year-old male bearded dragon. Let's go and feed Hugo. For those who don't know Hugo's our savannah monitor. He was recently stolen, believe it or not, and thanks to all the social media attention that we got him, basically it got him back. But this shows how much he is back alive. Look, shake the food, bang. Here he is. He's ready for some food, aren't you, mate? But so you can tell he really is starting to do a lot better than what he was. However, this is his first time I've sat down to feed him. Normally, I'll just throw something in there and just let him go and hunt it, because that's what he loves to do. But there was a point where he was tame enough for me to sit down and actually feed him like this. This is the first time we're doing it, so he wasn't as tame as what I was hoping for when he did return. So we'll just see how it goes. But I'm going to have to hold you like that. Get a superworm. Get him over here. Oh, he took that one well. Huh. Oh, Jesus, mate. Let's open the glass up a little bit. Drop it down there. See if he finds it. He's too busy looking at the camera. He's a show off, aren't you, mate? It's down there. Oh, he found it in the end. So yeah, he's back on his food, let's just say that much for starters. But this is Hugo, our savannah monitor, is a lot better because he is eating a lot more now. He's back on food, he's a lot more alert, he's a lot more active. That's the update on Hugo, our savannah monitor. This is his enclosure basically. He's got a couple of mercury vapor bulbs. They're the Reptile Systems D3 basking bulbs, the 100 watts. He's got his big slab down there. Underneath that slab is his hide. He enters the hide on the other side over there. He's got a load of live plants and live grasses. He's got his big water bowl down the bottom with a load of natural rocks. I've already explained why I like to use the natural materials and the natural rocks. And basically, he just goes through and burrows. This is actually a 6-foot enclosure. It's not ideal, but as you can tell, he's not fully grown. He's nowhere near fully grown, and that'll be one of the big builds that we do through 2021. That's his enclosure down there. You can see he's just finishing off a few of his worms. Directly above him in this one, we've got popcorn. Popcorn is our Carl Sunglow boa constrictor. He was fed just a few days ago, so he's still in his hide, he's still digesting some food, but in layman's term, that's his enclosure. He's got buttermilk butterface, loads of natural substrate, loads of natural branches. There he is, just there sticking his head up. Oh, he's keyed into me. It's not food time, mate. Not for you. Not for another week, it's not your food time. Ooh. Yeah, basically that's him. Again, all the natural woodwork and all the branches and stuff. God, he's really starting to come over to me. He's in his hide at the moment. You can see he's just coming out of his hide. And he's got the big platform over there. It's heated up with the infrared heat projector by Mega Ray. And yeah, that is basically it. There he is. He's sat there, loving life, as he does. Why I like to check on the animals is I've just noticed his eyes are blue, which basically means he's blue. So what I've done, put the spray bottle in there, give it a good mist, a nice heavy mist, just to help him out with the spray, help him out with the sheds, and just see what happens. We are sort of seeming to collect a fair few of his sheds, but I was expecting a shed of him because he's just had a big meal. That's about as much fluid as I'd like to put into this enclosure, so we'll get that off. And that right there is Popcorn, our Carl Sunglow boa constrictor. If you guys do know of some sort of craft-based YouTuber, preferably in the UK, I'm tempted to send some of this shed over to one of those crafty YouTubers that can do the crafts and make key rings and fancy stuff like that. Send that to them and do some sort of collaboration. If you know of anyone like that, make sure you stick it in the comment section down below. But from all of us, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching ever so much. If you're new around here, please make sure you do hit that subscribe button. And if you've not already, hit the thumbs up button. Happy New Year to all of you guys.